This is B2B Cambodia.
Welcome to Prince Horology, first Swiss training center here in Cambodia since we started in 2020. There was an awkward period to start because we hit it straight with COVID, but that's gone. So it's a 2-year intensive program, 8 hours a day, based on the Swiss year, 4 years program.
I come from Australia. I started watchmaking a very long time ago. When I was about 22 years old, I started an apprenticeship. Apprenticeships in Australia for watchmaking are 4 years long. So I studied my apprenticeship under a master watchmaker, well known in the industry, also Swiss trained. After I completed my watchmaking apprenticeship, I had dreams of getting to Switzerland because I was working on Swiss watches. So I applied for, it's called a Churchill Fellowship, and I was lucky enough to get awarded this fellowship to go to Switzerland and study watchmaking. So I worked a very long time at a well-known training institution called the Watchmaking Foundation. I was managing the partnership there, which consisted at that time of 15 schools. At that time, one of the founders of the school, James, reached out to us by email. He had this dream of starting a watchmaking school in Cambodia. So that was back in 2016, and that started the spark while we were still working at Watchmaking to start a school in Cambodia. Then, as fate would have it, we left Watchmaking, we being Martin and myself, and we decided to help set up this project because it was so unique and so unexpected and one of the biggest challenges we could think of. So it's an enormous investment. I'm not going to talk figures or things like this. Anything to do with watchmaking is very high priced, mainly because it's high precision, low production sort of things. So pretty much every single thing that we are working with today has been imported from Switzerland. With the concept of if you invest in quality, you can produce quality, but also ensure the longevity of the school. We have high-end Leica microscopes all throughout the classrooms. We have high-end working benches here. I mean, it's obvious from every brick in this building, a huge investment has been made in Prince Horology as a training institute to ensure that our Khmer students, also our international students, but focusing on our Khmer scholarship students, that they could have access to the same, if not higher, quality of training anywhere in the world. So Prince was dedicated from the beginning that this would be of the highest quality and that no one could question the level of education that our students were getting here. The first year, it's essentially divided into a 2-year program, the first year being focused mainly on micromechanics, precision, dexterity development, and so on. Moving into the second year where they focus on, they apply the skills that they learn in micromechanics into servicing, assembling, learning about all the different parts of the movement, which is the motor of the watch, and then the case, hands, and dial. And yeah, some focus on customer service, some focus on communication. Watchmaking is a whole new technical vocabulary. So not only do they have to learn English, Australian English, but they also have to learn a whole technical vocabulary as well. Due to the sheer quality of training, we give young Khmer students, men and women, mobility. We give them the ability to do something unique, something out of the box. But yeah, essentially give them Swiss culture. Watchmaking training is not just doing an accounting degree or something. if you're going to be successful in this training, you actually have to become a watchmaker. And yeah, it changes your life, which I hope you'll speak to our interns after about that.
After graduating this course, I expect that I can be a professional watchmaker because I was trained by Swiss watchmaking teacher, and I expect that I can get such as knowledge from all of them because they are expert in teaching and they have a lot of experience in watchmaking field, and I expect that I can get something from what they're gonna give me.
គោលបំណងរបស់ខ្ញុំពេលដែលខ្ញុំរៀនចប់ទៅគឺខ្ញុំចង់ស្វែងរកបទពិសោធន៍ការងារបន្ថែមទៀតអញ្ចឹងហើយខ្ញុំចង់មានឱកាសទៅបរទេសអាចទៅអឺរ៉ុបក៏បានអាស៊ីក៏បានដើម្បីធ្វើការនៅប្រទេសខាងគេដោយសារតែផ្នែកជំនាញខាង watchmaking field ស្រុកខ្មែររបស់យើងគឺដើរក្រោយគេអញ្ចឹងហើយខ្ញុំគិតថាបើសិនជាខ្ញុំបានទៅស្រុកគេដែលគេបានដើរទៅលើជំនាញមួយនឹងរយៈពេលច្រើនឆ្នាំហើយខ្ញុំទទួលបានបទពិសោធន៍ពីគេច្រើនហើយថ្ងៃក្រោយខ្ញុំត្រឡប់មកស្រុកខ្មែរវិញដើម្បីអាចនឹងចែករំលែកទៅកាន់ខ្មែរយើងឬក៏ខ្ញុំអាចចាប់ផ្ដើម business ណាមួយ
I found myself I love something work mechanically like gear or something like that, and I was interested in it and I applied for taking watchmaking course. In micromechanic, that we have to be patient to work on small things, and we take like 6 or 7 hours, but only 1 second can break our things because it's very small. So if we are not delicate enough, so we're gonna break our things, our components. That's why in this program that they teach us, they train us how to delicate and how we're gonna work with high-end watches and how we think mechanically with the things work together. That they train us how to deal with sort of those mechanisms and how things we're gonna work. And we have to think like we have a critical observation.
I mean, when you give people the tools in terms of skills and competence, anything is possible. So we have our 6 interns as examples. They have enough skills and hopefully enough confidence that they can undertake anything they would like to in the future. Would there be high-end independent watchmaking in Cambodia? Why not? First of all, it's a privilege to work here in Cambodia. At the beginning, you've got to find your feet in terms of the way things are organized, in terms of, let's say you're entering a whole new culture and you have to immerse yourself in that. You know, it definitely is 2 different worlds coming from the Swiss methodical, organized, perfectly clean, perfectly ordered sort of situation to coming to Cambodia, which is a little bit more freestyle than we're used to, we could say. But it's made me a better person. It's definitely made me a lot more flexible in the way I see the world and in the way things should be. My favorite thing about being here in Cambodia is that everything's done with a smile. So we have a great sense of humor when we have to work long hours. We have to concentrate on things that are, you know, we're talking microns. Having a sense of humor is everything, and it's a pleasure to be here.